I grew up in Thornhill. I went to Westmount Collegiate. I grew up mostly with Jewish friends because Westmount has a predominantly Jewish population. I never actually met a religious Jew until I was probably 17, so religious Jews were just not on the map for me. When I was 17, I started Torah High. I wanted to look more into what being Jewish was really about.
My family was somewhat traditional. We had Shabbat dinners of sort, and we get together and just have meaningful family time, but nothing really spiritually uplifting necessarily. It was just kind of a regular get-together. My NCSY experience wasn't anything special. It was just a free credit, essentially, getting some pizza, hanging out with a lot of people who I knew from school anyways after class. I honestly wasn't there for the Jewish experience or for the learning. My first Shabbaton experience, I came kicking and screaming. I was dragged by a friend to go to this experience, and I hated every moment of it. From the davening to the people to the classes being taught, I didn't want to be there.
So I went on NCSY's Yarchei Kala. But I did have one friend who I sort of brought along, kicking and screaming a little bit. Wasn't so interested, but I was interested. Yarchei Kala was a really surprising experience. I didn't really think anything would come of it that would be very serious. And yet I found myself there seeing things I'd never seen, experiencing things that I'd never experienced. I davened for the first time, thoroughly impressed with the quality of the staff and the advisors. They were unbelievable, not only in their knowledge, but in the genuine care that they had for the NCSYers. You know, I saw that and I wanted to be like them.
The advisors offered question and answer opportunities every night. We stayed up all night and I would argue with them and quite literally fight with them. And I just wanted to prove them wrong, that I realized everything I was trying to use to disprove Judaism essentially had no merit. And so that's when I came to the realization that maybe there is something of importance to what I'm being taught.
On that Yarchei Kala, I made a commitment to myself of sorts. I wasn't sure exactly how I was going to do it, but I knew that that's where I wanted to go, that that's who I wanted to be. When I graduated high school, I went off to Queen's University. My friend stayed in Toronto and went to Ryerson. And we kept in touch. We emailed each other pretty regularly with things that we were learning just independently, and we'd sort of confer with one another.
Basically just sharing Torah ideas and stuff that would help each other grow in Judaism and motivate each other.
So we continued this email correspondence for a while, and I got an email one day.
I sent her an email not about Torah ideas, but requesting a face-to-face meeting where I informed her I wanted to build on our relationship and make it more serious for a relationship that could lead to marriage, and I was hoping that she would feel the same way.
After I received that email, we met up for coffee to discuss where we wanted to go with our relationship up to that point, and we decided that the best thing to do would be to get to know each other again. We wanted to see if the person that we'd been emailing, to see if that's the type of person that we would want to spend the rest of our lives with.
So as the summer was winding down, we both at that point knew, without having spoken it out, that we wanted to spend the rest of our lives together.
After 3 months of dating and a 6-year-long relationship and one fantastic Shabbaton, Baruch Hashem, Mike and I are now engaged to be married, and we look forward to raising our children in Torah and mitzvahs and devoting our lives to the Jewish people. If it wasn't for NCSY and that one Shabbaton, I don't know where we would be today. Our lives have been totally changed by that one experience.
In high school, she opened the door to my Jewish experience. In accepting to marry me, she's opening the door to my Jewish future.